All right, everybody, welcome back to part 28, the Great 28, which again was I keep using that joke every time. It was a Chuck Berry best of compilation I used to have on CD. Part 28 of my 2026 VHS collection overview. This will be the last two stacks here. We'll get these knocked out in this segment, and then we will wrap it up with the grandparents pile. We'll go down to the floor and we'll get those knocked out. So this may be the last part. Again, fingers crossed. Not that it would bother me if we go to another part, but we'll see what happens. We'll see how much time we have. So let's just go ahead and let's do it. Let's get into it. So first up, we have Proof of Life. I actually quite like this film. Now, when it came out, I think it did all right in the theaters, but it was more known because during the making of the movie, Meg Ryan and Russell Crowe had an affair, and that's really what overtook the movie. But again, I do like this film. It's got some good stuff in it. So there you go. Like I said, I think it did all right when it came out, but Meg Ryan and Dennis Quaid were still married at the time, and the only thing that people talked about was the fact that they had her and Russell Crowe had an affair while they were making the movie, and then I don't think they continued the relationship. So there you go. Oh well. Excuse me. Next up, we got some Godzilla movies here. Some more Godzilla. We have the original. This is Godzilla King of the Monsters, which sadly got damaged. I got this out in California when I was out there. Excuse me. I do this at the beginning of every single part. My bad. But this got damaged on the way back, but this is the Scimitar release. This actually has a little bit of extras at the end. But if I get another one, I'll just replace it. So there you go. Unfortunately, I don't have much Godzilla movies. But I got that at a Goodwill out in California. And then I got these two at a Goodwill here. So we have Son of Godzilla. I do love that artwork. Very cool. But this is Video Treasures, which unfortunately the problem with a lot of the Godzilla movies here is they were released on cheap, labels and such because the rights were so easy to get. So there you go. And then I have Godzilla 2000, which I think this might be the last of the Japanese Godzilla movies to come out here in America on VHS. This is a rental from somewhere, but they scraped off the label for whatever reason. I don't know why, but there you go. Yeah, I think, again, that might have been the last of the Japanese Godzilla movies to come out on VHS here in the States. So there's that. Actually, shift. Yeah, we'll do this. Make this a little easier. Then we got some Burt Reynolds movies here. So first up, we've got Stick, which I think I have this on Blu-ray as well. Because Kino put it out and they were running a sale. So I grabbed it, but got this at the last mom and pop video store standing here when they were closing it down for $0.25, so I can't complain. And then we got Heat, which I got this at an antique mall that's unfortunately no longer around. They turned it into they turned it into like a thrift store. It's like it's like a restore. Like Habitat for Humanity, like they have their own thrift stores. I think that's what they turned it into. I've never been in there though. And then we have Rent-A-Cop, which same thing. I got this at the last local mom and pop store for $0.25. So why not? Check out some of these Burt Reynolds movies when he was trying to kind of reinvent himself as an action star. Then we have Deadly Force with Wings Hauser, which was always curious about this movie because it's Wings Hauser as the lead in an action film. I do have this on Blu-ray as well, but I found it on VHS pretty cheap, so I figured why not. Excuse me, sorry. Then we've got American Samurai with David Bradley, which I do like. This is kind of the unofficial, non-official American Ninja spin-off. Just have to re-glue the box. It's fine. But I did get this at the local antique mall that I like to go to. I found it in there for a couple bucks, $6, not bad. But do like American Samurai. Unfortunately, this version of the movie is not Sam Furstenberg's cut, as he told us when me and OCP and our friend Boaz interviewed Sam Furstenberg. So there you go. Next up, I do have the first two Bourne movies on VHS. My dad actually had the Bourne Identity back in the day, and I would watch it all the time. And then I think when we got it on DVD, we got rid of it. But I actually still quite like the first one, because at least it doesn't have the fucking shaky cam and everything. But I did get this again at the local mom and pop, last mom and pop video store standing. I like that better when they were closing up shop. And then I also got the Bourne Supremacy, which is, I don't think any of the sequels were as good as the first, to be honest. But the fucking shaky cam and everything got really old really quick. But the Bourne Identity I still quite like. But the sequels, they're okay. I don't think, again, they were as good as the first. And they all kind of felt like one movie, you know what I mean? So there's that. Then we got Shoot to Kill. Great film. Have this on DVD and Laserdisc as well with Tom Berenger. Did get this at Wonder Book and Video in Frederick, Maryland. I was down there yesterday, but sadly couldn't stop into Wonder Book and Video. I have to get down there more often because they always got some cool stuff. But yeah, great movie. Sadly stuck on DVD. No official Blu-ray at this point for that movie, but it definitely deserves it. Then I have the Tomb Raider movies, which I quite like the first one. I did see this when it first came out on VHS. I still quite enjoy it. I did get this at the last mom and pop video store standing when they were wrapping it up. There is some extras on here. It does have a making of featurette, which is on the DVD and the Blu-rays. And then they did have this at the last mom and pop video store standing, but he couldn't find it. So I don't know if somebody just never returned the tape or whatever, but I did get this and Jet Li's The One at a video game store recently. I was at work. We were setting up for a show. We got done like in an hour. We got done super early, so I had plenty of time to kill. So I found a video game store nearby that I went and checked out, and they had the sequel, Lara Croft Tomb Raider, The Cradle of Life, which is actually a former Blockbuster rental, so there you go. And I do like this one. I don't think it's as good as the first movie, and the problem with the first movie is that they changed a lot of it and they re-edited, and you can tell, especially in the third act of the movie. But I do like them for what they are. I can't complain. And this has 2 music videos as extra features. I never saw didn't they do like an Amazon show or something for Tomb Raider that I heard was terrible? Now Netflix is trying to do it or something with Sophie Turner. I don't know why they're still trying to make Sophie Turner a thing. I don't know why they ever tried to, but yet here we are. So, not interested. Oh well. Then we have Downtown, which I did get this, I think, at Retro Replay. And then OCP told me there is a Blu-ray for this, but it's out of print, which of course it is. But always wanted to see this movie. Always heard good things about it, so there you go. You got Goose from Top Gun and Forrest Whitaker as buddy cops. Can't go wrong. So there you go. Next up, quite enjoyed this film. I have this on Blu-ray as well, but we have No Escape with Ray Liotta. This is another movie that I do remember was constantly on TV back in the day. Sci-Fi Channel used to show this quite a bit. So there you go. But again, always really enjoyed this movie. Picked it up at a Goodwill. Another Goodwill find, which I've never seen, but I picked it up and they like taped some weird shit, or tape got stuck or whatever on it. But we have Instinct to Kill with Mark Dacascos, and you do get a reunion with him and Kadeem Hardison from Drive, and they were also on the Crow TV series together. I haven't heard good things about this movie, but I picked it up for 99 cents on VHS. Again, if I like it, cool. If I don't like it, it was 99 cents. I'll get over it. If I really need 99 cents, I think I can gather some loose change up around here. So there you go. Next up, we got some Lorenzo Lamas related VHS here. I do need to get some more of his stuff, but this is The Immortal, which was a TV series that he did, I think, in 2000, which was like a Highlander knockoff, but, you know, I'm good with that. I think this is the pilot movie, so I'll have to check this out, but I did get this at a Goodwill. The complete series is on DVD, but it's very hard to come by. It's very expensive, so for now I'll stick with this, just to get a little bit of a sample. And then this I got brand new. This is Easy. I don't think we covered this yet, but this is Easy Riders Video Magazine. So this was a motorcycle video magazine, number 19. And the reason why I got it is because there is a feature about Lorenzo Lamas on here about the TV series Renegade. So that's why I picked this up, because it's only ever came out on here. But apparently there's nudity in this, so we'll see what happens. So there's that. Alright. Damn chest pubes, sorry. Then we've got Nick of Time with John Badham directed this movie with Johnny... I was going to say Johnny Cage, my bad. Johnny Depp. I really like this film. It's an interesting idea how they tried to do everything in real time. You know, of course, it doesn't really work out that way because it's a movie. But I still quite like this for what it is. I think it's an interesting little movie. I don't think it did well when it came out. I do remember that they promoted it, you know, seeing all these old ads and stuff. So they did promote it pretty well, but I think people were just kind of turned off by it. Johnny Depp was still, even in 1995 when this came out, he was still looked at as kind of a teen idol. So, you know, I guess people were just kind of turned off by that, but I do like that film. That's just me. And then we got a couple Wesley Snipes movies here. First up, New Jack City, which is celebrating its 35th anniversary this year. It'd be great if Arrow picked this up. Because they did do, for the DVD, they did a special edition, but that's like 20 years old at this point. I would love if they were to do an updated special edition of this, and did find this at a Goodwill, but love New Jack City. And then one of his direct-to-video films, we have Unstoppable, which I thought was okay. Parts of this were actually shot in Baltimore. So there you go. And I did get this at the last mom and pop video store standing for a quarter. So there you go. Then we've got some Dolph Lundgren, that is, not Ziggler. I think I had this at one point. But I did get this, again, there's a record store in Baltimore when I have to go down in the city, which I don't try to avoid that, but when I have to go down in the city, I usually pop in there, because they just started selling VHS recently, but they did have the original media release of I Come in Peace, which I believe I might have had this at one point and got rid of it for whatever reason. Or maybe I had a re-release, I'm not sure. But I have it now. So there you go. Can't go wrong with that. And then we have Sweepers, which I know Dolph was not a fan of, but I do like this movie, so I can't complain. But yeah, apparently him and the director did not get along very well and everything, which is kind of odd because from everybody that you hear, Dolph is the constant professional and, you know, always wants to make the movie the best, but I guess maybe the director had a problem with Dolph. I don't know. But I did get this one at the video store out where we go camping. there's that. And then I do have a screener of The Russian Specialist, because this never came out on VHS here in America other than what you see in my hand. It only came out as a screener. Same with the Chuck Norris movie, The Cutter. So there you go. And what's interesting, it does have the original title of The Mechanic with a K on the label there. But really enjoyed this one. I think this is definitely one of Dolph's best movies. He also directed the film, which is cool. But yeah, always really, really enjoyed this one. I remember Spike TV premiered it back in the day, because I think this was New Image. Yeah, so they had a deal with them to show their movies. And Sony would release them. New Image would make them. Sony would release them for a little bit. They had a deal with USA Network, and then they went to Spike for a little bit. So there you go. And then we have Hong Kong 97, not the video game, with Robert Patrick. This is not on DVD. This is only on VHS and Laserdisc, and Robert Patrick gets to star as the hero. And he didn't really get to do a lot of that. Of course, he did the PM Entertainment movie, Zero Tolerance. There was a couple other ones that he did. I think I got this off of eBay pretty cheap, but it is a former Blockbuster rental. So there you go. But always wanted to check this out because, again, he got to play a hero in an action film, which, again, he did not get to do often. So anytime he did that, I want to check him out. And then we've got One Man's Justice with The Boz, which is definitely my favorite movie that he did next to Stone Cold, but I never had this one on VHS. I do have to get Blackout. Blackout's the only one that I don't have that he did, but really enjoyed this one. MC Hammer is actually in that, believe it or not. So there you go. Then we got another great James Woods movie here. We've got Cop, which I have this on Blu-ray as well. Got this for 99 cents at Goodwill, but you got to have this in the collection in some format. But great movie. If you have not checked this out, I don't know what you're waiting for. Then we've got Target with Gene Hackman and Matt Dillon, which I don't think I have ever seen the entirety of this movie. I think I've just seen parts of it here and there, bits and pieces of it here and there. But I did get this again at the last mom and pop video store standing for a quarter, so you can't go wrong. But again, good stuff. And then another New Image action film here, which I do quite like. I have this on DVD, but we have Special Forces, which stars Marshall Teague, who gets to play the lead, which he didn't get to do that much. He was in U.S. SEALs 2. He was one of the kind of main characters, but his character died at the very end. But here he plays the lead, and it's directed by Isaac Florentine, who also directed U.S. SEALs 2, and this is one of Scott Adkins' first movies, so there you go. Can't go wrong with it. Like I said, I do have this on DVD as well. Former Blockbuster rental, and found that at the Goodwill. And just three more here. Three more titles here. And we'll be done everything up here, and then we'll go down and take care of that. So I do have the Fortress movies with Christopher Lambert. So we have the first one, which I think I got this at the flea market for $3. Can't go wrong. Which I don't think I've ever seen these, actually. So there you go. Even though you guys know I love Christopher Lambert. I've always been a big fan of his work. But yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him. And then I got Fortress 2 Re-Entry, which I got this at the video store where we go camping, and I recently picked this up on DVD, which you'll see in the next collection update. The first Fortress does have a Blu-ray. I think Echo Bridge put it out, but that's out of print, and it might have gotten a Blu-ray overseas, so I would love if some company would pick that up and get that back out. And the Fortress 2 never had a Blu-ray, so there's that. And last, but definitely and certainly not least of up here, we have Assault on Precinct 13. So there you go. The movie that got John Carpenter Halloween, amongst other things. So there you go. And what I mean by that is, there was one of the producers of Halloween was a big fan of Assault on Precinct 13, so that's how he got involved. So there you go. But love Assault on Precinct 13. I guess New Line had gotten the rights to some of these early John Carpenter movies because they had the rights to Escape from New York. I have that one. In the Mouth of Madness, of course, they released. But yeah, I guess they were able to get some of these because they were cheap to get back then. And I got this at the, again, the last mom and pop video store standing when they were done. And that's the last time I'm going to say that. So that's it for basically all of my stuff. We're going to go down to the floor now and we'll knock out as much as we can. We might have to spill over into another segment of the stuff I got from my grandparents. So don't you go changing. We'll be jumping over there in a moment here. All right, so now down on the floor. This is all my grandparents' stuff. All my grandparents' VHS and a couple of DVDs. I'll throw those in there because we didn't cover those yet. So this is all stuff that after they passed away, I got. This is the ones that I kept. There was some other stuff, like I don't need fucking Titanic on VHS. I don't need Sister Act on VHS. So these are all the ones, again, that I held on to. So let's go ahead and get it on, and then whatever we have left over, we'll wrap up in the next part. So there's that. So first up, we got Shrek. Gotta have Shrek. I had Shrek on, well, in the next update, you will see Shrek. I will say that. But I did have Shrek on VHS and DVD prior, but I got rid of that. But you will see the big green guy in the next collection update. So there's that. Then we got Patch Adams, which I did review this on the old channel. I like it for what it is. I know it's not accurate to what actually happened, and I know a lot of people don't like this movie, but I do. I thought it was alright for what it is. Then we got Twister, the hot spot. No, clearly it's not, but Twister, great movie. Can't go wrong with Twister. And also, again, when I would go see them, when I would go spend time with them, these were ones that I would watch. So there you go. Then we've got Private Benjamin, which is actually getting a Blu-ray from Warner Archives. So there you go. With Goldie Hawn. My grandmother did quite like Goldie Hawn. I do remember that. Then we got Meet the Parents, which was definitely the best one. But I do quite like Meet the Parents. Can't go wrong. I do have that on Blu-ray. I'll save that because we'll kind of put some of those together here. So you know how it is. Anyway, then we have The Bear's Christmas, which again is one of these cheapo kids classics that you would get at the Dollar Tree and such back in the day, but they're still cool to have. Then we got Rudy, great movie, love Rudy. Apparently the real Rudy is a dick. My dad actually met the real Rudy. He came in to where he worked. Every year they have like a celebrity come in or whatever to do a speech for like Safety Day or whatever. And my dad said all that the real Rudy did was complain about the movie and how the movie wasn't accurate and how he didn't get paid or whatever. And I'm like, okay. Then we've got Forever Young, great movie here. Love Forever Young, one of my favorite Mel Gibson movies. Sadly, it's stuck on DVD, but would love if that got a Blu-ray. Always quite enjoyed that. Then we got Black Hawk Down, which is a great film. I do quite like it, but I don't watch it often for the obvious reasons, and I knew people that were actually there, so there's that too. Then my grandmother loved Face Off for some reason. So So I have Face Off on VHS. Or as one of my uncles calls it, Changing Faces, which is not the name of the movie, but good try. Then we got Curly Sue. And this is stuff that we haven't covered yet. Obviously, Child's Play we covered in some of the cartoons and stuff. So, again, this is just stuff we haven't talked about yet. And we have Conspiracy Theory. Always enjoyed this one. My grandmother quite liked Mel Gibson as well, as you can tell. And then we've got Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, because why not? Great Western. And this one's still sealed. They never even watched this one. But 6 Days, 7 Nights. I actually really enjoyed this. I did not see this movie. I think like right when Anne Heche passed away, I watched it because I had never seen it before. And I really enjoy it. Still really enjoy it. I think that one stuck on DVD as well. Then we've got The Shawshank Redemption. Can't go wrong. Classic. Oh, then we've got Men of Honor. Pretty underrated movie. You never hear anybody talk about this film. But it is quite underrated. And then we got Revenge, which is, it's alright. I don't mind it for what it is. Madeline Stowe gets quite revealing in that movie, so I cannot complain about that. Then we've got the first two Harry Potters, which are the only two I've ever seen, so not a big Harry Potter guy, as you guys know. But we have Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, as it's called here in America. Overseas, it's called the Philosopher's Stone. I don't know why they changed it, but oh well. And then we have Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, which I think the third one, I think Prisoner of Azkaban, which was the third, I think that may have come out on VHS. I'm not sure. Not that I care, because I don't give a fuck about Harry Potter. Honestly, I never did. When I was a kid, the books were all the rage, and I went to Catholic school, and you can't read them, and you're and whatever. But the first 4 books I read, the first 2 movies I saw. After that, I'm done. I can't keep doing this. So there you go. And we've got Forrest Gump. Classic. Again, there's a bunch of Disney sing-alongs. I'll put all those together. And then we got Winnie the Pooh working together. I don't know what the fuck happened to this. I don't know if this is how they got it or what, but yeah, that's kind of odd because most of their stuff is in tip-top shape. Then we got Deliverance, the special, the 25th anniversary remastered version, Warner Brothers Classics, which has the making of the movie before the film. But yeah, Deliverance, one of her favorite movies. And then we got Bonkers, the cartoon, Basic Spraining. And then we have For the Love of the Game, Universal Special Edition, when they were doing these, which is the Sam Raimi movie that nobody ever talks about, which people forget is even a movie, but I don't think I've ever seen this. Well, maybe one day I'll watch it. I don't know. But it's got, I think, like the making of featurette in there. And then we got the Universal Special Edition of The Bone Collector. My grandmother was a big Denzel Washington fan as well. So, yeah, the making of is on here as well. But I don't think I've ever seen that movie. Then we got Jingle Bell Rock with Milton Berle. So I don't even know what the hell this is. I don't think I ever watched it. Because it's weird because they had VHS tapes all over their fucking house. Like, we would go up in the attic and they would have VHS. They had VHS in the closets in the bedroom for some reason. And they weren't the kind that people shouldn't have been watching, I'll say that. But they just had VHS everywhere. It was crazy. Then we got Neath the Arizona Skies with John fucking Wayne, as she would call him. My grandmother would call him. And more Disney sing-along. Then we got Apollo 13, which I used to watch the shit out of this movie when I was a kid, but I couldn't tell you the last time I watched it. Then we have her copy of 29th Street. Then we have her copy of Charlotte's Web, which this is the when Paramount was getting some movies in there at McDonald's at the time. I have the kind of the regular release. I want to say, yeah, they did also put the McDonald's logo on the kind of the spine of the VHS there as well. So there's that. Oops. Then we have One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Come on, Jack, don't you want to watch the big game? Sorry, I had to. Then we have Ronin, which this is the MGM Contemporary Classics release, and they never opened it. They never watched it. So there you go. Then we have, Aaron Brockovich. Funny story about this. One of the last times that I went down there, her cable was out or something. Yeah, her cable was out. And, you know, she had all these movies. What the fuck you need cable for? But you guys know how it is. It was the older generation. And her, I think I was playing on the computer or doing something or whatever. And her and my brother watched this. They just randomly picked this. And my grandmother was like, oh, that's a good movie. I'm like, what the fuck you mean it's a good movie? You have it. So there you go. And then we have Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Sorry. I had to. The Wizard of Oz. I could have sworn that we had Wizard of Oz on VHS, but I guess either it disappeared or I got rid of it and didn't realize it. So, because I could have sworn that we had the Wizard of Oz. Oh well. Then we got Country Dancing. You better get it on, baby. Come on now. So there's that. This tape includes the Cotton Eye Joe. I'm down. Let's fucking do it. I used to be able to do it. I can't do the Cotton Eye Joe anymore. I forgot. And then we got Doing It Country Style, Volume 6, and we ain't talking about that. So Christ only knows what she was doing with stuff like this. Because she ain't, look, I ain't never seen her get up or move or dance like that. So there you go. Then we have a sealed copy of Pretty Woman, which still has the Kmart sticker on there. So, which this is another movie that, even now, it's just never not fucking on TV. Like, every weekend it'll be on and my mom will watch it. I said, Mom, how many times are you going to fucking watch it? And you have the Blu-ray right there. So there's that. I don't even know what the fuck this is. We have Adventures Ashore souvenir video. You know what? This might have been... Yeah. This is when they went to Alaska. Yeah, this is when my grandparents visited Alaska. So, that's that. I don't know if it's like actual footage of them or just something they put together. I don't know. I'll have to watch it at some point. So there you go. But they didn't take me. Oh, well, anyway, we got Stalag 17. I was going to say something else, but that's completely wrong. I was going to say like Staglot, but no, I'm making up my own words and shit. Then we got As Good as It Gets, which I don't think I've ever seen this. So some of these movies I have never seen, so now I have them. I got no excuse. And then we've got Grease, which this is a different release. This is a later release. Mine is early. Yeah, this is like the 25th anniversary release, I believe, or the 20th. Now this is okay. This is the 20th anniversary. Mine was a different release, but this has interviews with John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John and some of the other people in there. So yeah, mine was a earlier 90s release. Then we got the Universal Special Edition of The Hurricane with Denzel Washington, which again has a making of at the end of the movie, I believe. Then we have Noah's Ark, the greatest adventure stories from the Bible. Anybody remember that? I remember that. But they have the Noah's Ark video. And we got Turner and Hooch, which again, my copy is original. This is a later pressing because it has the logo stamped on there. Mine had the oversized label, which is what they did for a lot of the early Disney titles. Then we have The King and I animated, which is not related. Rankin Bass did this. I was wondering who did this one. But then I remember, I think the same year or around the same time, they did that movie Anna and the King with Chow Yun-fat, which I think I saw once, and I was disappointed because Chow Yun-fat didn't shoot anybody. Yeah, I remember my uncle renting that as a kid and watching it, and I was like, when the fuck is Chow Yun-fat gonna shoot someone? Then we got Philadelphia, or Philadelphia, because that's more what it's like if you've been there. This is still sealed. So again, they never watched some of these. Oh, Bruce Springsteen won. Bruce Springsteen can kiss my black ass. Fuck Bruce Springsteen. Bruce Springsteen is the word that rhymes with maggot. You don't like it, kiss my ass. Fuck Bruce Springsteen. And this one, you know what? No, it's just how it looks. Okay, this is A Time to Kill. Great movie. Fucking Bruce Springsteen. Bruce Springsteen, kiss my ass. Then we have the American theatrical version of Leon the Professional, which I did have this version at one point on VHS, and I got rid of it because I do prefer the director's cut. But since this belonged to Grandma, we have to keep this one. Leon is dead! The game is up! I don't know why my voice cracked. I'm sorry. Hold on, let's try that again. Sorry. Leon is dead! The game is over! In the words of Danny Aiello from the movie. I got so excited my damn voice cracked. I apologize, folks. Didn't mean to do that to you. Then we have Voyage to the Planets. Reader's Digest presents. That should be pretty cool. I love all this old educational stuff on VHS, man. You can't go wrong with that. Then we got, again, some cheapo cartoons here. We got Jack Frost and other cartoon classics. And then we have Mutt and Jeff's Wacky Western Cartoon. Again, more cheapo cartoons. So I guess my mom inherited that trait from my grandmother. This stack here, I think most of this is home movies. Yeah, this is all home movies, which none of them have me, so I don't know what's up with that. This is cartoons. This is different cartoons on here. It doesn't say what's on there, it's just cartoons. This is Moonstruck. We got The Untouchables. Oh, this is more home movies. Yes, this is like 8mm footage of my grandparents and my mom and stuff. So that's home movies. More home movies where my mom is drunk, so now I have footage of that. It was one of my cousin's weddings, and my mom was getting a little excited, so now I can use that against her. This is Christmas cartoons. So again, I'm not entirely sure what's on here. This is more home movies. This is more home movies. Again, nothing with me though. Nothing with me as a little guy. So I don't know what that's about. More home movies. They just use it one tape for everything. They did not fill out the 6 hours. I will say that. There's that. This is Sweating to the Oldies if you guys need that with Richard Simmons. So there you go. Another cunt, Jane Fonda. She can go fuck herself. Michael Jackson's Making of Thriller. I remember watching this down there as a kid. And then we got Fatal Attraction. So there you go. Can't go wrong with that. Well, hold on. Ewok, Rudolph, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, and Bugs Bunny. So that might be on there as well with the Making of Thriller. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's all of... Let me go through these quick since they kind of match. This is my mom's wedding. So there's that. That's cool. Forgot about that. Then we've got Predator. I don't think it's that Predator, though. I don't think it's Arnold. It says Predator on there, but I don't think it's Arnold. My mom's sister's wedding. Let's not watch that. My mom's brother's wedding. And the reason why I say that is because they don't mean nothing to me. So there you go. And then we have The Secret of Min, Mary Poppins, and Disney cartoons. So that's all kind of the blank stuff. And before we move on, I think, I have all of the Disney sing-alongs. So we've got Disney Sing-Along Volume 1, Hi-Ho. Which has Hi-Ho from Snow White, Up, Down, and Touch the Ground from Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree, Hi Diddly Dee Dee from Pinocchio, Yo-Ho from Pirates of the Caribbean, The Dwarf's Yodel Song from Snow White, Cowboy Needs a Horse, The Three Caballeros, the theme from Zorro, the Siamese Cat Song, and Let's Go Fly a Kite. So there's that. And then we've got Volume 6, Under the Sea. I had some of these as a kid. I don't know what happened to them. I guess they magically disappeared as well. So Under the Sea, By the Beautiful Sea, Never Smile at a Crocodile, That's What Makes the World Go Round, Kiss the Girl at the Codfish Ball, Sailing, Sailing, and Sailor's Hornpipe, A Whale of a Tale, Someone's Waiting for You, and then Under the Sea again. And then we have a later one here, which is Topsy Turvy, which is some of the Disney movies that I grew up watching. So on here, Topsy Turvy, You Got a Friend in Me, Stand By Me by Timon and Pumbaa, classic, absolutely classic. Streets of Gold from Oliver and Company, The Dwarf's Yodel Song again, Out There from The Hunchback, Family from James and the Giant Peach, the Unbirthday Song from Alice in Wonderland. So there you go. So that's all the Disney sing-alongs. It's the Disney sing-along. Sorry, that was how it went. Come on now. And we got the Dream Team, classic. Love the Dream Team with Michael. Oh, forgot to show the back. My bad. Classic. Need to get that on Blu-ray. Then we got Scent of a Woman. I'm in the dark, Charlie. Come on. Hooah! Which is the only time that said the word hooah is appropriately said. So there you go. We got Remember the Titans. I wonder if they ever watched Man on Fire. Because like I said, my grandmother was a big Denzel fan. Then we got John Q, which is a former rental from Blockbuster. Now they never, because again, there was a video store that was basically right across the street from their house. So they would always go there. When they went out of business, there was a Blockbuster up the road a little bit, maybe about 5 minutes up the road. So then they went there for a while. And then that one closed. So there you go. Then we have the special limited edition of Saving Private Ryan. which I know, I was going to say, if it wants to come out. I know it's the movie. The movie is on tape 1. And it's got a 25-minute making of on tape 2. I was just curious what was on the making of. It doesn't tell you. Excuse me. I had Saving Private Ryan on VHS. I think when I got it on DVD, I got rid of it. So I don't know what happened to it, but I think I got rid of it. Then we have the Godfather trilogy here. So we already looked at 1, but we'll look at it briefly again. And we already looked at 2, but again, we'll go over it briefly. And then Godfather 3. I had Godfather 3. I think I may have gotten rid of it or it disappeared. I can't remember. But here's the Godfather 3 that matches with the other 2. And again, these have interviews that I don't think made it to the DVD and the Blu-rays. And I think this was also the last time these came out on VHS. And then this is the one of the multiple extended cuts of Godfather 3. So again, it just fucking there's a lot of things about Francis Ford Coppola that pisses me off. You know this. But the Victor Salva thing clearly is number 1. And then number 2 is, why did you do 7 different cuts of Godfather 3, but you don't want the chronological edit to be put out on and DVD and Blu-ray? Like, so there, that's number 2. Sorry. Then we have Grandma's copy of Jurassic Park, which does this still have? No. It did have, because she never opened it, it did have all the inserts, like the Jell-O mail-aways and stuff, but I guess I put those elsewhere. Then we have Donnie Brasco, great movie. And we got her copy of Big Daddy. Then we got 15 Minutes, which I actually quite liked this movie. I don't think it did very well. I don't think it really did anything, but I remember quite enjoying it. I was shocked, spoiler alert, for a movie that came out 25 years ago. I was shocked that De Niro died in the movie when I first saw it, but oh well. Then we got Ocean's 11. Love Ocean's 11. This is getting re-released in the theaters in June, for those of you that are interested in that. And then we have An American Tail, Fievel Goes West, absolute classic. I had Fievel Goes West, but I didn't have the box for it. It was just the tape, and I don't know what happened to that one either. I think that one magically disappeared as well. Alright, so we'll finish up the regular slipcovers, and then we'll do the clamshells. So we have Ghost, which I've never owned this movie myself, so there you go. And another one when Paramount teamed up with McDonald's. So there you go. And then we have Training Day, which is funny because my grandmother, she would always ask me for movie recommendations, and I actually had recommended this to her. So I remember we were at Ames. Remember Ames? Remember we were at Ames, and she bought this. So there you go. But love. Well, because again, I knew she was a big Denzel fan, and that had just come out, and he had won the Oscar and everything, so she hadn't seen it yet. Then we got Jumpin' Jack Flash. It's a gas, gas, gas. Sorry, I had to. But before Whoopi Goldberg lost her fucking mind and became retarded, and it still has the Kmart sticker on there. So there's that. Then we've got U.S. Marshals, the underrated sequel to The Fugitive, which I do. The Fugitive I absolutely love, but I do like U.S. Marshals as well. Thought that was a good sequel. I think it did okay. I don't think it really did much, too much at the box office, but I do like it. And then we have What Women Want. which I don't think I've ever seen this one either, to be honest. But I love Mel Gibson, so there you go. Then we got Field of Dreams, another classic. If you touch me, I will come. Oh, wait, sorry, that's different. That's a different kind of Field of Dreams. Then we got Cape Fear. Counselor, where are you? Come on now. You know the words. You know the dialogue. Then we have My Big Fat Greek Wedding, which I love this movie. I don't care. I absolutely love this movie. They did that awful TV series, and then they did a couple sequels. I never bothered to watch the sequels, but the first one I thought was brilliant. Still think it's absolutely hilarious. When this movie first came out, it was a big deal. I love the old man spraying the Windex on everybody. Classic. Then we have The Jackal, which I don't know why, but I guess I don't think my grandmother was a Bruce Willis fan. I guess she liked Richard Gere, but I don't like Richard Gere. My mother does. Oh well. Then we have The Rookie with Dennis Quaid. Great. I love this movie too. Great movie. I have this on DVD. Actually, no, I have it on Blu-ray. I'm sorry. I do have it on Blu-ray. But great film. Always really enjoyed that one. So that is it for the regular slip covers and such. So I don't want to go too long. So we will wrap up in the next segment. We will do all the clamshells. And then we'll be done. So we will, I think we're probably about an hour here. So the next part won't be too long. And then we will be finished. You will have seen all of my VHS except for the stuff that's going to be in the next collection update. So we'll do that. Alright, so as always, thank you for watching. Take care, and we'll catch you guys on the next part. Later.